So I guess like in your opinion, I wanted to ask like last thing, like, do you think Rocket League is gonna die?
For some people, it's ruined. 100%. The traders that only trade on the game and don't play the game, yeah, the game's dead.
This is not going to be the final nail in the coffin.
Hmm.
That will come later, but this is the beginning.
Let's be honest, guys. Epic Games is ruining Rocket League. As I'm sure most of you guys are aware, Rocket League announced that player-to-player trading is going to be removed on December 5th, 2023. And since then, the whole community has been an absolute outrage. The announcement came out on like October 10th, I believe. And literally every single tweet Rocket League has made since then, first of all, has been about the item shop and like buying items in the item shop. And second of all, literally every single content creator, every single just community member of the Rocket League community has replied under that, bashing Psyonix, bashing Epic Games, bashing Rocket League. And I can't say it's not justified. I mean, ultimately, this decision, do we know if it was by Psyonix or not? I'd like to think it wasn't Psyonix, but at this point, who knows what's going on and behind the scenes, who knows what Epic is doing, and who knows how much they actually care about Rocket League. And honestly, because of that, I interviewed two of the biggest Rocket League traders in this whole entire community. Because to be honest, I don't trade that often. I don't use that part of the game too often. But I wanted to hear what some of the biggest traders in the community had to say about this. So I interviewed Barbecue, also known as bbqrl, and Mr. Dr. Prof, also known as the Burnt Sienna King. And I got their raw reactions to this update literally the day after the announcement was dropped. I interviewed them and I got their reactions, asked them a bunch of questions. I would like to say, since I've done these interviews, we've had a leak that Rocket League Racing is potentially being added to the game, and that could be the reasoning behind trading being removed. I don't entirely understand it. Is it true or not? I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see what Psyonix, what Epic Games, what Rocket League has to say. But yeah, we don't mention that in the interviews because we didn't know about the information yet. So guys, make sure you guys comment on this video if you want free white Zombas. Whoever comments on this video entered into free white Zombas. Also subscribe as well. Like the video if you can as well. Appreciate that. And yeah, let's get to the interviews. Alright guys, I'm here with a BBQ. One of the, in my opinion, one of the more legendary, one of the most legendary traders in this community. Yo, how you doing, Mendo? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man, of course. Alright guys, I'm here with my guy Prof, Mr. Dr. Prof. The guy right here, one of the legends of this community, trading community. Bro, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate the offer. And yeah, it's a crazy time, man, you know?
First thing I really wanted to ask you is just like, what are your first impressions based off of yesterday? Because like we heard that trading gonna be removed from the game. Crazy. I never expected this day, honestly.
I never thought this would come. I genuinely thought it was someone pulling a prank because it's happened quite a few times over the years where someone's copy and pasted the website and then changed the text. But then I looked, I was like, oh my god, wait, they have like the gold check mark and like this is the actual Rocket League support or status or whatever tweeted there.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, like, is that actually happening?
Yeah.
So, you know, sure enough, took a closer look and it's like, oh my god, like it actually is happening.
So when I first heard about it, I had just woken up because I work second shift, so I wake up at like 2 o'clock, late 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I check my phone and I have 7 DMs, one from Musty, one from bbqrl, like 5 other traders, and like, dude, did you see this? Like, it's over, and I'm just sitting there and we're looking at it, reading the post. I'm like, I just sat there for like 10 minutes, quiet, just staring at the phone, and I'm like, I should have known that this was coming.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, for me, like, I was just so surprised. Like, it's just so all of a sudden. Like, I just, like, even if, like, someone expected this or anything, like, it just, like, felt so weird just all of a sudden just make one post, a couple paragraphs, like, oh, yeah, we're getting rid of trading in December, like, it's like, it seems like they just didn't even, like, care about it. It's just like, oh, yeah, just a little thing to them. But
it absolutely feels like it was intended for a footnote in a bigger update.
And it's caused the market to go into, like, a free fall.
Yeah.
Like, everything is just completely upside down. I think it's the only reasonable way to put it. Like I had an alpha boost and I traded for it Never scammed, never did anything wrong. I never even put money into the game except for buying the game back in 2017 or whenever I bought it.
Yeah.
The day before the announcement came out, I could have sold my Alpha Boost within the hour for about $4,500 US.
Dang, yeah.
And I sold it today for $2,800.
For you, right? So like, how did you originally get involved in like Rocket League trading? Because I know like you're basically like the burnt sienna king. Like you have like the most burnt sienna items in the world by like a crazy margin. Like how many do you have right now?
137,000 and some change.
Yeah. So like, how does this all happen? How does this all start?
So it began in, obviously, like everyone else, 2015. For you OG players out there, I was playing a lot of Destiny back then, the first Destiny game, and then one of my buddies said, "Hey, you should try this game, Rocket League." You know, me and 5 other people in our group play it, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And you know, the idea of car soccer was very niche and brand new to the market, so I gave it a shot. Really liked it.
Yeah.
And eventually, it was like a year later, during the Rumble update, they enabled player-to-player trading, and it was like a brand new thing.
So like for you, like how did you get involved into the Rocket League like trading community? Like what kind of brought you into it?
Oh, I've been trading since I've had the game almost. I always loved opening the crates and stuff. Like the best was the Nitro crate, because I'd just gotten into the game, and in like my 10th crate, I pulled a. What did I pull? I think I pulled a bubbly.
Dang,
and at the time, bubbly was like insanely expensive. And then like a week later, it was my birthday, and I pulled a heat wave and a slipstream in the same crate opening. So I was like, oh my god, like I'm set.
Yeah.
So then ever since then, I've always been into it.
I told the story to Rocket Sludge once, but at one point I had gotten a drop from the RLCS streams, and it was a Paragon Burnt Sienna Helios.
Ooh, okay.
And I looked at that, and then I just made the connection in my head, no one collects Burnt Sienna, no one cares for the color, it's cheap. Why not make a name for myself with it? Show it some love. Give it like the love it needs, because no one liked it.
Okay. What's like?
Yeah, I always just loved trading. It's just a fun aspect for me, and I'm a business student. Like I'm in my last year of a business degree at university, so
yeah.
I'm really into sort of finance and marketing and sort of the actual stock market itself. So it does kind of just make sense that I would get interested in it. So.
Yeah. Do you think like trading in Rocket League has helped you? Like if you like in the future work for a business or something like that, do you think this has like given you life skills?
100%. The one rule of trading I've always tried to stick by is never take the first offer.
Ooh, okay.
Never take the first offer, because there's always something else. Even if the offer is really good. Even if the offer is really good, you never want to seem sort of too interested in it, so then someone thinks, oh well, maybe I am paying too much. You always ask for more.
Your inventory, like what kind of like, obviously you have the white hat, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So like, how did you get the white hat originally? Like, how did that all happen?
So, contrary to what people think, this is not my white hat. I don't own it.
Oh, okay.
I have been borrowing this hat for 3 years from one of the owners.
Oh, wow, okay.
His name is Selected. I know some people know about him. I've been borrowing it for 3 years now. For the most part, he just hasn't sold it. Doesn't really play, so I've had it.
Do you think you might borrow it until like December 6th and see what happens, or no?
Honestly, I think he's trying to sell it.
Yeah. Okay.
Apparently, through the grapevine, I've heard that Justin might actually be buying one.
Ooh, that would be cool. I mean,
this is legit info that I learned like 20 minutes ago.
Dang, okay.
Just a rumor. I could be having my, being fooled here, but it wouldn't surprise me.
So you got an alpha boost eventually, right? Like, was that your biggest trade you ever did, like getting the alpha boost?
Yes. Yes. I bought the Alpha Boost for gold stones and 400,000 credits.
Dang, okay.
Which is pretty insane to even think about it.
So like at its peak, then your inventory. Do you know how much it was worth at like the most?
It's hard to say because my inventory is kind of weird because I have a ton of items. I think right now, if I were to look, I probably have like 220, 230 tradable black markets. I've got,
Jeez, okay.
I've got like, I think I have 40 or 50 painted Fenix right now. Like I have a ton of stuff just sitting around. So it's kind of hard to have like an exact price. A rough idea would say, you know, if you count the Alpha Boost at about $5,000, I'd say probably about $7,500.
Yeah, and you like you said, like you didn't spend any money like into like trading stuff. It's all like you from trading. You got to that high.
Yeah, I spent I think it was like 20 or 25 bucks to get the game.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I wanted to ask, like, so what do you think your inventory is worth now? Like, of course, like I know the market has gone down and everything, but like, still, what do you think it would be worth?
I honestly, I've only ever been asked this, and it was never like I never really went in depth with what I had. It was just like an estimate.
Yeah.
But it's a few million credits. I'd say like 4 or 5 at peak.
Okay. How much like USD would that be? Do you know?
I would say that's at least a few $1,000s, maybe 9-10K.
Yeah.
At some point.
Dang. Okay. So what's like the biggest trade you've done? Like obviously you have the white hat, but it's not yours. So like, would it have been like Alpha Boost? Do you think?
You talking like value or volume?
That's a good question. Probably value. Yeah.
I have done multiple white hats in a trade before.
Ooh, really?
Back when they were more expensive.
So is that like 20K plus then? Like maybe even like close to 30K? Like
I'd put it closer to 30K at the time.
Dang. How like big is the trading community, by the way? Because like on Twitter, like at least for me, like I interact mostly with like people that are like involved with like Rocket League esports, things like that. So like, do you know like how big is the trading community actually?
It's surprisingly bigger than you would think, especially since basically everyone is a part of the trading community. Like even yourself, you said you don't trade very often, but like we've done a couple trades in the past.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, you know, like pros and stuff, when they want a new item, they have to, you know, trade for the item because most times it doesn't just spawn in their inventory.
Yeah.
I used to equate it to at least a third of the player base because the way I had seen it was there's always going to be overlap, but a third is trading, a third is, you know, comp, casual, and another third for like freestyle and what's the word I'm looking for? Extra modes, that's the word.
Yeah.
But I actually have some stats for you here, believe it or not.
Okay.
Someone I was talking to put some stats out. 10% of Xbox players have the achievement for trading. Steam has 22%. And only 33% of Steam players have the achievement for 500 shots on goal. So it's reasonable to say at least 1 to 2/3 of players have traded at least once. And I'd say cut that 2/3 in half for people that have traded more than once. So that's kind of where I'm sitting with the amount of people, which is may not be the majority, but it's still a hell of a lot of people.
Dang. So do you think like there's going to be a lot of people that are in the trading community that are just going to quit Rocket League after this? That like they just won't have any fun with it anymore without trading?
Yeah, like a lot of the traders, like especially since we're sitting in the main menu so often, just kind of looking at each other's cars. Most of the traders you'll find are sort of between Diamond 2, Diamond 3.
So for you then, like after December 5th, like, do you still feel like there's a point of playing Rocket League? Like, are you still gonna like play it consistently? You think, or like
probably not consistently? I mean, I'll get on every now and then, but I'm definitely more involved in other games at the moment.
I still will be here. I just don't think I'll be here as much because trading I can kind of do just kind of on the side, and then I can get on and do a trade quickly. But you know, if there's no trading, I'm gonna have sort of most of the same items all the time, except when there's something in the item shop, which I probably won't be buying very much of because I don't want to spend money on this game.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be kind of crazy if they do actually put like alpha boost goldstones into like the item shop, because like the whole point of those items originally were like, oh, if you played the alpha, if you played beta, things like that, you get those items, and now like there's a chance they might just want the money. So pretty crazy.
I mean, I think it's almost a certainty.
Yeah.
Especially like they just added. I don't know if you would have seen this or realized it, but the one thing they just added today is a new bundle that you have to actually buy with money, and you get, it's sort of like one of those like big bundles where you get like 9 or 10 items. And the main thing that was in it was the burnt sienna reaper goal explosion.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there's only 2 or 3 around, and it normally sold for, I think it normally sold for about 500,000 credits, which was about $1,000.
So I want to ask, like, do you think alpha items are gonna end up in the shop eventually? Like, do you think Epic are gonna do that? Oh, you don't think so?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
That would just be a giant, like, more of a giant you than they've already done.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that.
Okay, interesting. So do you
like
think,
a lot of people?
Yeah, so do you think like after the like trading goes away, do you think accounts with alpha boost stuff like that are gonna go like crazy high in price?
Probably.
Like, what do you think is a way, like realistically, that Epic could still earn money, but like also like keep trading alive? Like, what do you think?
I saw someone suggest locking credits.
It was by a company called OP Market.
Okay.
They're basically like another sort of AL or a Lolga. But anyways, they had a really good idea of, keep trading, but take credits out of trades. Like, you're not able to trade credits.
But their idea was to lock credits, but keep everything else tradable. So people are still forced to buy credits from them to get what they want.
Their idea was Epic, doesn't like that people buy credits from third-party sources.
Yeah.
Which absolutely they don't, because they sell them way too expensive and people sell them for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
The kind of issue I had with that was it's just going to be so hard to actually establish a market. And if they do, for example, decide to throw black dices in the item shop for, 10,000 credits or whatever, and then, you have to buy the credits, which are $100, I think, that for 10,000. Everyone's just going to go selling their dices for $85, $90.
Yeah.
Undercutting Epic again, and then that's keeping the money out of Epic's pockets, which we all kind of think they really want.
Yeah, I talked to Barbecue about the same thing. He said the same thing as well. And he said that, he said the same thing. The only thing he said that was he thought that it's potential that people are just gonna buy items for cash then instead of credits for cash. Like, he thinks that people would just directly buy like
that's still gonna happen as long as trading exists, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's true anywhere that has trading.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
But so what's your goal then before December 5th? Do you have a certain goal, how many items you want to get by then?
I'm aiming for 200k, and that's about 60,000 away.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of feedback and attention from my tweet. My tweet got 50,000 impressions, so I've got a lot of people that want to and already have donated.
Dang. Oh yeah, I had some burnt sienna items I did want to give you as well, so we could do that right now.
Oh, two. I'm down.
I've got 331,780.
Oh wait, that many credits? Wait.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, geez. Do you think I could see some of just your biggest items and stuff that you have right now? Obviously you don't have Alpha Boost anymore.
Yeah, if you give me 1 sec, because I'm on Xbox, so if I get on my PC I can absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Lots of people just want to see it in the window too, because
yeah, it's crazy. That's
as much as I am numb to seeing it now. Yeah. To the average person, that blows their mind.
Yeah,
they've only heard rumors of it. They've only heard about it. They've seen it once or twice, in a video or something, and seeing it right in front of them.
Yeah.
That never gets old. Seeing people freak out about the white hat.
So I guess in your opinion, I wanted to ask last thing, do you think Rocket League is gonna die? Do you think an update like this, does it just show that Epic just doesn't care about the game? Is Rocket League ruined, do you think?
The $1 million question. I'd say for some people it's ruined, 100%. The traders that only trade on the game and don't play the game, the game's dead.
This is not going to be the final nail in the coffin. That will come later, but this is the beginning.
Is it like the beginning of the end, kind of?
More or less. You know how like a lot of stories have like the lead up, then the climax, and then the drop.
Yeah, exactly.
We're right before the climax right now.
Okay.
That's where we are. We are on the trek up the mountain, and it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen. I'm calling it now. They're gonna say something about Unreal Engine 5 not being a thing.
Ooh,
I can just see. I can see something like that happening.
For some people, yes, it's dead. For for yourself or pro players, they're just gonna stock up on all the items they want before trading goes away, and then they're gonna keep on going as normal. Like, they don't trade very much anyways, so the few things they do want. I've had a bunch of people messaging me, so I've got to get finding a bunch of items. But then again, for someone like me who's kind of in the middle, I like to play, but I also love to trade. Yeah, they're definitely gonna lose some of my interest.
I also saw that suggested somewhere that they're putting Fall Guys and Rocket League into Fortnite.
What? That's. What?
I don't know how that would work.
Yeah.
But I could honestly, at this point, nothing's out of the question here.
Honestly, like, I have no expectations for Epic anymore. Like, with what they've done, like the layoffs happened, and now this, it's just like, I don't know. They can do anything next. I wouldn't be surprised, I feel like. But yeah, I guess, time will tell. We'll have to wait until December, or we'll see if Epic makes any other announcements before then. But it's tough to say what's gonna happen. It's tough to say. Hopefully, though, hopefully. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on here. I'm so sorry that all this has happened. It just sucks for like the whole trading community, for the whole Rocket League community. It's just like everything, and it's sad to see.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do? Epic's gonna Epic, and they're gonna line their pockets.
Please do it. Hey, listen, any burnt sienna items? You guys find me, all right?
Hey, definitely. Your Twitter's at the Dr. Prof.
That's correct. TheDoctorProf. Or just search Burnt Sienna King on Twitter. You'll find me eventually. I didn't want to self-advertise, but I figured, why not?
Of course, bro. But don't worry about it. Yeah.
And don't forget to follow Bop as well. He's pretty cool.
Appreciate that. But yeah, any Burnt Sienna items, any extra ones you guys don't want to keep, send it to my guy right here. Send it to my guy. 200K, hopefully by December 5th.
Hopefully. Oh, and one last thing. I also made a tweet about it. If you have extra stuff that that's not Burnt Sienna, give it to a friend. Give it to someone you might not necessarily be able to afford stuff, or just give them some cool stuff. If you can stop them from having to buy something from Epic later on, do that, man. Like, it's just going to go to waste your inventory. Find someone who would want it, Like, make someone's day, and then if you prevent them from having to buy from Epic, you just got a double victory,
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, no, that's it for me. I'm all good. This sucks, man.